Oh my God!
I'm saying when it's a decision that's on the table, right?
Right.
Lord, it's bright in here.
Right.
Getting bright in here. Is your eyes like when you move your eyes? I don't think. Yeah, I gotta keep my eyes low. But
I'm just grateful that my eyes
have seen
the what?
goodness of the Lord.
The goodness of the Lord
In the land
of the
not so dead.
living. My
You
God,
feel
have
me?
mercy.
If it ain't dead, then it's doing what?
I'm assuming it's living. You caught me off guard with that.
It ain't necessarily living, because sometimes it's a big difference between living
Okay.
and surviving.
What? Talk to me, Pastor.
Some people get in survival mode, and survival mode means I'm going against the will of God for my life. Means I'm figuring it out for myself. And it's a self-reflection, a self-identity, a self-centered focus. But when you live, he said that he that abide in me.
Come on now.
What y'all not finna do is run my followers away.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. How you doing, sir?
That's what.
Amen.
Yeah, this one of those. I'm talking like this the whole
Bruh, please
Hard.
don't, bruh.
chaos.
Let me not give Schweppes any credit.
All the day long,
Yes, Lord.
I'll be singing.
I'll be singing.
I'll be singing.
I'll be singing. Singing.
His song. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, I thought you were finna. I'll wait for you.
I think you got to get a benediction. I'm gonna just.
Y'all did this the whole way here. I couldn't ride with y'all.
No.
Let me out. Where are my headphones?
we didn't do that. We was talking though. We had some dope.
Good Lord. What y'all talking about?
What we was talking about? Christian hip
don't try to
hop.
put it.
Wives.
Talked about.
Oh,
What?
Oh no.
talking trash about y'all.
No.
That's what I want to get into.
They doing good. They doing, Oh, that what you want to get into?
That's what people don't be wanting to talk about.
Strike it up, man. I mean, shoot. We
They
can
don't want to talk
Be
about
honest.
it. I want sex. She won't give it to. We married. Supposed to be having sex.
I am.
Definitely.
That'd
I
be
haven't
dope.
had that issue though. I'm just be honest.
That's good, bro.
But that is great. Like, bro, I haven't
That's
had
good. It's a good season for you, brother.
amazing. bro.
Everybody don't live in that season.
You know what I'm saying?
It's been
Some people in summer league
So,
trying to get on the team.
it's been amazing.
Some people on a 10-day contract.
man, what? I'm trying to tell you.
It's been I might be tired tonight, baby. But look, tomorrow I got you. And
1 year
then-
non
And then
guaranteed.
tomorrow,
Man, what?
I got you.
I'm still on the rookie contract.
Oh,
It's been 5 years.
Yeah, damn.
see, this when you stay
I'm a 5-year rookie.
in the
Yeah.
presence of the Lord.
Man, that don't got nothing to do with it.
Man, please, telling you.
God ain't got nothing to do with your wife giving you sex.
Yes, he do.
No, he don't.
Yes, he do.
How?
How he don't?
Well, I
you
went
don't?
to the enemy's camp.
And I took back
Man.
the enemy.
Oh, this is
wants
gonna be a
to-
dope conversation.
Let your wife get mad about something. You try to throw some God or scripture at her in the midst of that, bro. That is not working, bro.
I think it does work if it's rightfully done. I think that works, sir. If it's rightfully done.
This is tested and tried.
No, I'm just saying. like-
Exactly.
No, I'm saying.
Because you're not foolish enough to try it in the midst of no.
Let me
Come
tell
on,
you
man.
what happens, though,
She
bro.
going off on you and you finna
What-
throw scripture out there?
What happens is, if scripture is not upheld on a daily, then of course it's not gonna work in the midst of an argument. But if me and you doing life and we talk about the Lord, like doing life, like I was telling him in the car, like, bro, we was talking through like Proverbs and stuff, praying through that stuff. Even
Lean back so you can talk to the mic.
Oh, we recording?
You was talking over the mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, we done already started. Hey, welcome to the outlet, man. It's your boy Philo back in the building. Special guest today, my guy Ryan, and y'all have seen him before, Mr. Cordell. I'll let you tell the people what's going on with your music and stuff right now, but
It's going good. I'm just.
well, I mean,
Amen.
rather than introduce you as Cordell the artist, like,
Yeah, I'm.
is that still appropriate?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm an artist. Yeah, I mean, I create. I'm just not performing right now, sir.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah, but yeah, I'm still an artist. Just Cordell on all platforms. Good stuff coming, and then my guy.
What to do, family? Rev Ryan Allen. That's what they call me on all social media platforms. I'm just here for this conversation.
Rev Rye.
Rev Ryan.
He said
REVRYAN. I almost forgot my name.
Wait, but REVRY is the first part of. I've seen that somewhere. Is that what you put on social media?
No, that's what I said. Rev Ryan Allen.
But I ain't seen. I ain't seen Ryan.
You ain't see Ryan? I hope you had seen
Wait,
Ryan.
why have I seen REVRY and that's it?
Oh, I don't
And
know
then
who that
Allen.
is.
Real run.
Reverie.
What you got going on, sir?
Oh, maybe I've seen that somewhere. That's not you. But back to you lying to your wife. Go back to it.
Yeah, let's have this
I'm
conversation.
not lying. What I'm saying is, if me and my wife daily conversations about the word, then when we get into an argument and I bring up the word, not to say, listen, this is not test and improve, but what I'm saying is, if I bring up the word if that's what we're used to doing, then bro, I don't feel like that would be.
Are y'all used to doing that?
I mean, we know what I'm saying, like on a daily basis. Yeah, we talk through some stuff, and we bring the word into alignment with some stuff in our.
That's how y'all handle disagreement. Y'all.
Me and my wife don't even argue.
I thought we were
and
talking
I told
about.
you that.
I thought we were talking about sex.
Sex?
I thought if your wife ain't giving you sex, and y'all in the argument, you gonna bring up 1 Corinthians or what? I want to know. This is interesting to me.
I don't know what to tell y'all.
Oh, I thought that was.
I've been good, bro. I can brag. I'm good. You feel me? Yeah, we been Yeah, a couple times a week. You heard me?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It's always been great, huh?
No, it ain't. But you know,
That's where it's at.
How did you get to that?
That's where it's at. That's what I want to know. Yeah.
get-
Teach the people, since this was never tested and tried.
hey, a lot of times we want to have.
Money talk, huh?
We want to definitely not that. But no, we be wanting to have, we be wanting to have sex and like not have a relationship as men. A lot of times, like my wife like talking, and I realize like when I like cater to her needs, where she want to talk or she want to date and stuff like that, then like bro, that's a given. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a.
So you would say when you attend to your wife's love languages, she attends to yours.
Yeah.
So men all got the same love language then.
No, I'm saying mine.
Sex.
Yeah. Yep. It's one of them.
No, well, you know what's interesting?
There's no way you could be a man and physical touch is not one of your love languages.
There's a way. There's a way. The trauma. I've seen it. I promise. I swear to God, I've seen
Okay,
it.
okay,
I've seen
okay,
it. But I will say, because we are physical beings and we don't tap into emotions like how women do, I'm finding it more and more like evident why it makes sense that a woman can feel like, dang, all he wants is sex. You know what I'm saying? Because for us, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels great to us.
Yeah.
So it's not so much of our emotional needs need to be met before that, because like we're physical beings. Like that's I mean, can we say that's how God made us, or is that the downfall of sin? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if we talk about how God made us, that was perfect and in His image,
Fact.
based on the garden. You know what I'm saying? And certain desires that we had then, well, through Adam, you know what I'm saying? Those were pure, and you know, like are these feelings now that we have because of our flesh, like are they not pure like now?
I don't know if the Bible gives.
Not explicitly, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think it gives us anything or any kind of example that shows us this is the way it's supposed to be done, or the way that you're supposed to feel in the beginning concerning sex. So I don't know if I wouldn't know. I would have no idea, to be 100 with you, because it's definitely in there to be fruitful and multiply. But the way that they felt, the way that they carried themselves, how Adam asked Eve, how did that went down, we have no idea. So I don't know.
Because with him having the authority that he had, he probably didn't ask for it.
So
We need to get back to that.
no, not and I no. Well, I think like the thing was probably then was he ain't had to ask for it because it was.
She was walking.
She wanted
She spent the whole day like that.
Hey,
He said, "Be
she wanted it
fruitful."
too.
Be fruitful.
Yeah, she wanted it too. You know what I'm saying?
She
And
walked backwards everywhere she went.
Yeah.
So, but are we saying though that after the fall, women no longer wanted it the way that they wanted it when it first began?
Now that could be interesting.
That I mean, cause we talked about even the garden, like the tree. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge of good and evil. Like once they ate of that fruit, it became a self thing. Like, okay, what do I get out of this? You know what I'm saying? The first thing they examined after they ate the fruit.
That's why women
was-
like that. That's why they want to.
No, but I ain't saying that. I'm saying like I ain't making no theology. I just won't go on record with saying. I'm just saying like once we ate of that fruit, we went from having dominion. We talked about this in the car. Having dominion, and you know what I'm saying. Adam was naming animals, and you know what I'm saying. One word about nothing but everything that God created. It was no self there. But after they ate, after the fall, it was, oh my God, I'm naked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now that's where the root of self-centeredness, self-hatred, self-love, all
Sin.
that come from. So, yeah. And so pretty much, yeah, I would say that. Like, I would say that would be a part of why, you know, sometimes sex ain't, you know, is popular for them. I don't know. It's a self.
I don't know. Just for me, it made everything make sense as to why relationships are so difficult. But then I think about why men get along with other men so well, like on day-to-day, you know, kind of routine stuff, versus a man and a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of made me feel away because I'm just like, nigga, I know I ain't gay, but like, why is it we can agree and disagree? Like it be simple and that be it. Like even when I think about, I had this conversation, partners I grew up with. We talk about barbershop talk. We'll be in there yelling, cussing at each other, all that.
Right.
We leave the barbershop like, hey man, hit me next week, man. All right, man, I'll see you later. Love you, boy. And that be it.
Yeah.
Bring a woman to the barbershop and let her listen and watch that, she would lose her mind. And you get in the car, she like, yo, you need to probably do something about that. Like what he said,
Yeah,
like,
dog.
no, I don't play like that. Like, yeah, like she would flip out about it, but that's that emotional side.
I never thought about
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, it's kind of difficult for us to kind of tap into that and stay there. And what I will say, getting married and then having a child definitely forced me to tap into this emotional side and being concerned about my emotional needs and realizing like, okay, even if I'm being satisfied sexually, I do care about, you know, hearing the words of affirmation. I do care about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff like
When
keep
did you
us going.
realize that?
When I wasn't getting sex. Yeah. And because I understood kind of where things were, with just how touch and go our situation was, it's just like, dang, like the affection is really important to me right now. Like knowing like I can't get that, but like at least like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
somebody that wants you, and you know.
yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and it helps me. It helps me even to gain perspective on why certain people step out on their marriage, like why they cheat, like why they flirt with like employees that they or coworkers that they work, like all that kind of stuff, bro. Because it be simple stuff that we want, but don't necessarily know how to communicate to
Man,
the
I was
women.
just thinking about this the other day because even when it comes to physical touch per se, like when you're not having sex, like even some dudes, it's like, man, if you would just, and it's just the fact of it all, like if you, like you said, words of affirmation, but if you would just come and hug me, touch me on my back,
Rub up on me, baby.
tell me, yeah, rub up on me, tell you that, you know what I'm saying? Tell me that, it would keep me from a lot of things, or it would keep that person from a lot of things. And so, especially if we talking about the context of somebody who may not be a believer,
Yeah.
opposed to somebody who is a believer, like, hey man, I just need something
Yeah.
to carry me over
Yeah.
right now. And so I need you, this is gonna sound real bad, but I need you to step it up almost in a sense, and help me in that area, especially if we not smashing, and that's my.
Because the thing is, all this time, like, they've asked for a man to love them for the rest of their life. Like you've dreamed your life of having a man that desires and only wants you, and now you get him, and then you don't take care. You're like, you don't steward that.
So can we have this conversation? This makes me really excited.
Outlet.
I'm thinking about this. Okay. So do women? I don't know. It might be out of my jurisdiction right here, but do you guys feel that in this new age that we live in, that women don't take the same, what's the word for it? The same like oomph of like this is my man, and like taking care of my man, and like, hey, if I don't know how to cook, you definitely ain't finna cook for my man. I'm gonna go in here and learn how to cook for my man. Like, do y'all think? I feel like that has faded away a little bit.
A little bit.
Me and my wife had this conversation about like a year and a half ago, and you was around during that time.
Bro.
Well, like, yeah. Well, we had that conversation. I was like, bro, like, I just want you to, like, bro, like, take pride and ownership. And like, bro, just being like, bro, and she stepped it up. Like, I was like, bro, take pride in your house. Like, when you come home, your house clean. But like, it take pride in me. Like, I take, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I want to make sure I get to a place. And then the thing is, we got to get our eyes off of us so much as well. Like, me and my wife started having like monthly like meetings at least, to where if we go on a date, we like, okay, what you need? Like, what are you not getting? You know what I'm saying? Or where can I confirm you in some areas? Be like, oh,
you gotta be intentional.
Yeah, like, hey, if I look good, I feel better. And when I don't feel better, I don't feel like I can give myself to you. And so, okay, bet, let's get your hair, nails done. You know what I'm saying? And so, if we not intentional about having them conversations, in our mind is, bro, she don't appreciate me. When really, she dealing with, I don't even feel like I look good, so I don't even want to be touched.
How did y'all get to that point, though? I think that's beautiful. How did y'all get to that point? Because I know, like, me and my wife, like, we ace boom coon. Yeah. But I know dang good and well that ain't where we started. So, like, how did you get to that point with your wife where you was even able to have those conversations?
Bro, we was on some tough places, and just having people to speak in my life, you know what I'm saying, in a way that was uplifting. The thing was, we got to a point, and I sat down with my guy, Jonathan Newman, and he told me, look, bro, you and your wife got to get to a place where you say, listen, I ain't gonna quit on you. You ain't gonna quit on me, but I ain't finna be miserable. So we gotta figure this out. And so when you can get to that place of
white man told you this?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
That's good. Get your ass slapped.
Bro, that's
important though, bro. That's important. That advice might not work for everybody, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, your wife on the other side ain't a devout Christian like that, and like that could go haywire.
My wife, and you know my wife, she's still a gangster. Like, she got it thugging, you know what I'm saying? She love the Lord, but you know, like, bro, she ain't come into this, so it's.
That's a different conversation though, because when I think about even like marriage counseling or counseling in general, I don't know that I'm going to a white man or a white couple for that.
I want to, like, I think it all works out if the other partner wants to.
No. What I'm saying, I'm just culturally, like the contextually, I think there's
different.
Yeah, I think there's a big difference.
Okay, we here, bro. Don't
how you can relate to it.
Don't leave it out. We here. So
no. That's gonna take us off of what
okay, my bad.
the point he's trying to get as to why.
No, we can tell. Hey,
go ahead.
No, I don't want to reroute us from the whole being able to communicate, being intentional, taking those steps like how y'all took to ensure that y'all really seeing about each other. You know what I'm saying? Rather than assuming like you don't care about me, like that's important, because that kind of just clicked for me. Like, damn, if this person don't value themselves, like how can they cater to my needs? Like how can they value me as a person? And I'm doing everything I can do to make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes sense. That make a lot of sense. You ain't good for yourself. How you gonna be good for somebody else? Like, real talk. Like, and I've heard that thrown around like cliche, but it's just like, that the way you just said it, like, it makes sense.
And it makes, like, bro, because Cheddar had the bad rate, right? and she didn't have a car at the time. And like, bro, I was making stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she was feeling like, dang, but I can't even do for myself. Bro, when I went and got her another car, bro, everything changed. Like, it's because in a way, she felt like she had to depend on other people. And so it downed her, so it kind of pushed her away from being all she can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if her spirit down, she can't give herself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a big adjustment too. If somebody ain't used to being dependent, like,
Oh, yeah.
oh we.
Yeah, bro.
Ooh,
We got to
wee.
have them conversations, though.
What?
That's dope.
What conversation? Oh, the ones y'all had?
Intentional conversations.
Oh yeah.
Babe, what am I missing? What can I do better? Like, okay, you need this. Well, let me help you get to there, so I can voice over what I need, babe. I need. Hey, I need.
I'm sorry,
But
bruh. Look, I just thought about the white dude telling you to go tell her I'm not gonna be miserable, and then you like, yeah, I got it. You're right, and then you go home. Hey, Sheila, living room now. Listen, man.
that ain't happening when you got it.
And then you got
figure this out.
You got notes in your phone.
Bro, that's hilarious.
I've loved you for a while now. And I like to say, the way things are going could be better.
Oh, that's incredible.
Man, get your ass slapped.
It wasn't that though, bro. It was just, babe, look, man, I love you so much. Like, and you know, just telling her, from you, it got to be real, bro. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It ain't coming from you. Did it feel real to her? Did it sound like, where's this coming from?
what you-
Like, cause your wife know you.
yeah, cause I was in a bad, like, she knew I was on edge. Like, I wasn't even, bro. At that point, I wasn't even talking. Like, I was like coming in the house, doing everything I had to do, and
Yeah.
going to play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, babe, look, I'm at a place now where, like, look, I love you, like, bro, and I don't want to be with nobody else, and I ain't quitting on you, and I ain't quitting on us, but I need to know that you here, cause, bro, it don't feel like it. So
Yeah.
what can I do? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to quit on you, but I need to know you in the same.
Facts.
And if you don't get to that place, bro, like, and you just in your head, like, bro, she ain't do this, she ain't that. Well, I mean, like, God dang, bro, I'm
Yeah.
asked for months.
Yeah.
If you get there and you don't get to the, hey, what's going on? But you might well wrap that.
I think that's good too. I think just appreciation too. One of the things that I learned about love language is that many of us already know is that typically the way that we receive love is the way that we express love. And so appreciating what that person is already doing, trying to express their love to you that may be different than the way that you receive love. So my wife, I had to figure this out because I was like, 'cause I was in the same boat. I was like, hey man, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Gotta figure something out. But I recognize that my wife is an act of service woman. So the house gonna be spot. You've been in the house gonna be spotless.
Yeah.
Things gonna be clean. And I'm like, yeah, the house clean, but your boy, I need some loving over here.
Yeah.
But what I recognize is that when I was able, just like what you just said, is like, okay, I can't look at all the things that she doesn't do. Let me look at what she does do. One, to help me, but the two, appreciate what she already does, man. There's not a lot of people who do what you do at the level that you do it on. So let me appreciate that. And that's how you are loving me. But then let's also have this conversation.
Yeah,
How
okay.
you can better love me and how I can better love you, because I'm a physical touch person and I'm over here all lovey-dovey and shit.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, take the trash out, bro.
Right.
Like, I don't care.
and has she ever showed you the other side? Like, has she showed you consistency on the end of giving you physical? Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
that's what
like
I'm
once we figured it out, and that's why I wanted to know how you guys handle it, because that's kind of the same way with us. Like for us, we had some rough patches where I wouldn't be answering questions fully, she wouldn't be. We was just kind of sick of each other. And so I feel like we finally had a breakthrough moment. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something kind of like a small tragedy or whatever. And we just had to like really open up.
Yeah.
And I remember like, especially me and her, like we had like a real conversation. Like, hey man, we gonna keep doing this, or we gonna leave each other. Like,
Yeah.
we need to have like, and we had that conversation, and that conversation was so real because I remember we was calm adults, and I was like, oh snap, this is a real conversation. After we had that conversation, then it was kind of like what you said. All right, we not leaving each other, but I'm not finna be sitting up here just miserable all day. So we got to figure this out. What do you need? And like you said, after that, here's what I need, and then let's make this happen. So she did an incredible job, and now I've learned how to study my wife, and I believe she's learned how to study me. And so when I learn how to study her, what puts her in a good mood, what doesn't, what makes her mad, and then also just leading my household, because there's gonna be some things that, hey, you just gonna have to be mad about. It's my job to lead the household and put my foot down. And I know that sounds like super masculine. I ain't trying to sound like big and bad, but it's just something she gonna be upset about. But also as a man, as you're studying your wife, you know how to come back, soften it up, and cater it.
What are those things though?
I think it just depends on whatever household that you're in. And so for me, it might be a decision that we have to make. That's a financial decision or something like that.
Got it.
Where it's like, hey, you know, that's not something that's smart right now that we don't need to do, that you might feel is okay.
I said that a couple weeks ago because again, they're driven off emotions, so they're thinking they moving off impulses. So in the moment, it makes sense for them to do this right now.
Thanks.
As the man, soberly, you can think about, no, we got something planned, and we need to stick to, that's good.
Yeah.
And that's important to, make sure we creating memories and doing whatever. But yeah, we gotta be mindful of it. No, that's good stuff, bro. So how do you guys hold each other accountable in knowing how she received his acts of service?
Yeah.
But that's not how you receive it.
Facts.
Knowing, and I can appreciate you saying, I acknowledge what she does do.
Yeah.
And not focus on the negative. But if you have a language and she's not speaking to that language, she needs to be held accountable for that. So,
Facts.
what does that look like?
I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna go all the way spiritual here, and this just me. This ain't for every household, and this might not help 99% of your listeners. But for me, and what I've learned is get down on my knees, because everything I'm not gonna be able to talk about. It's some stuff that the Lord gonna have to deal with you with.
Really?
That because man, one of the things that I've learned walking with the Lord is that God can convict you better than what I can. And so she does have her mom and other girlfriends. Luckily, I have a great family-in-law. A lot of people don't. And so she does have that, and I know that they hold her accountable. You can tell when the mood changes, when they come back, like, all right, baby, I'm saying,
Yeah.
But so there's accountability.
Shout out
there.
to y'all, man. Everybody don't do that.
That's facts.
Yeah, go get that boy some. Okay. Because you tripping.
Yeah. So accountability there for sure. But man, I've had times where it's just been rough, and I've been like, Lord, like I'm trying to obey this covenant and obey you. But I'm finna go do my own thing.
Yeah. Have you said it to her?
Working. Yeah, for sure.
So you say it to her first, and then the next steps are,
next
God, I'm
steps,
giving it to you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So most of the time, just 100% honest, most of the time it's repeated. So it's like over time. And then after over time, it's like, all right, Lord, like either I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna cheat. Yeah. And so either I got to come to you and you got to convict her, and that's just keeping it 100.
Because after a while, them videos on Pornhub started. You done seen them already.
Right. You done seen the Pornhub videos. You done did this. You done did that. No.
I watched that one already.
That's true.
Why you laughing, bro?
It ain't true.
Come on, bro. This the outlet, bro.
Come on, man. Say it ain't true. That's facts.
But listen.
No, that's not what I'm running to. That's not what I'm running. That's not what I'm running to now. I'm not saying that's what I'm running to.
Yeah, I know.
But what I'm saying is that when you are in those moments, that is something that's super real. And I think that
these niggas ain't talking about this kind of stuff, man.
I think
that's not, bro.
That's real.
Them OGs ain't, man. All them people that discipled, well, I don't say that discipled us, but them older men.
Yeah, but I finna say,
they ain't give us the game, man.
We been talking about that. Who you talking about?
Nah, they ain't give us the game, bro.
As much as I know my standing with the Lord, and I want to be righteous, and I'm striving for holiness in this sanctification process. We'd be lying if we saying, now I'm not saying that you should stay in this place, but I'll be bold-faced lying enough. I say, man, I have went through, and you gotta get on Pornhub, then you gotta find the right video,
you like.
and then the right video may not hit just the way you want to, so you gotta keep strong.
Yeah. The whole time, man, and the whole time.
Yep.
I believe that's super fact. So man, when I say for me, when I've learned how to mature out of that stage, and I'll be lying if I say I haven't fallen, but when I've learned how to really mature out of that stage and say, man, really the Lord, as I've sacrificed myself and went to the Lord in prayer, or went to the Lord in prayer and fasting, and said, God, you got to break something, because this is one thing that I have learned: everything is spiritual. So if everything is spiritual, then we got to go to the one who controls it all. And so I think people miss that. And so I go to the Lord. And most of the time when you praying and fasting, God will deal with you. And then he'll give you the answer of what you need to do. And he'll be like, dang, God, I thought
So does he control our thoughts or does he influence? Like what when you saying we got to go to the one that controls it? What?
I'm saying that, I don't know. That's really good.
I would say the Holy Spirit that's on the inside of us.
Inside of
You, your wife, I hope your wife, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, so that's let's not speak to the believer.
Not speaking to the believer.
I think my point is invalid if we're not speaking to you.
That's what I'm saying. So what?
So that's
in a practical sense, like how are you able to counsel and
accountable? No,
yeah. Like beyond that.
I think beyond, like I said.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What you finna say?
No.
Okay, I think for me then, I think you just gotta have girlfriend. You gotta have good friends. Like I got good friends that I can go into and be like, hey man, Carla doing X, Y, and Z, and sometimes they'll be like, hey bro, you tripping, man.
Yeah.
Grow up. And then I go and be sometimes, hey man, you gotta fix that. And I know she has that same thing. I think good friends and knowing you got good friends and knowing that you can express truly what's going on.
There we go.
100% like what's going on.
There
like,
we go.
This nigga really tripping right now. This is what I'm really feeling right now.
That's what I need.
And so like that's what I feel like. If you are not a believer, then I feel like you definitely you gotta have friends that you trust that will really speak into your life and say, hey, either you tripping, they tripping, and here's my advice to you. I think that's
because what I hate for people to take from this, or what I would hate to see in a situation is somebody pray knowing they upset still and sit and wait for the Lord, like to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like what practical things can we do right now within our relationship? Because we go to sleep, wake up, somebody ain't there. Then what? You know what I'm saying? Like
let me just say this, because like I feel like I got to, like, we'll go to a place like that, like everything you just said is biblical, like it's safety in the multitude of counsel. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times we want to do relationships without the one who created relationships. So like I don't want to, this for believers and non-believers, because this is what we do, right? Like, bro, if we're gonna be on any platform, I'm gonna say, bro, you need God in your relationship. That's what I'm gonna say, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And we want to have the practical applications of things without seeking the one who created it and then wondering why it's not working when he ain't in it. Like that don't make sense. And so like when we get to a place to where we want to remove the word or remove God but figure out how we can make this happen, then it's gonna ultimately lead to destruction. And so I know what you're saying. Like, I want to make this practical for them. I'm making it practical for you. You need the Lord in your relationship.
So you've seen successful relationships with people that don't have the word in the midst of it, or
not a lot.
Founded on it?
Not a lot. I have not seen a lot of successful relationships.
But you've seen unsuccessful with the word in it.
I have, but I mean, there's always gonna be a hit and miss. But I'm telling you, like, bro, that word is true, and above his name, he exalts his word. And when you apply that to your life, and legit, don't fall in love with the product of that, but just fall in love with the creator of all things. Like, what I'm learning now in this season, bro, is to be truly fulfilled with Christ. So even when my wife lacking, like, it's a real thing, right? But I'm still fulfilled in Christ, to where I'm not running to an escape. The escape is Pornhub, right?
Right.
That's like a temporary fix to get me off. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't turn back to the one who gave it all for me, the one who, you know what I'm saying, created me and knows me in and out, like, I'll forever search this earth looking for fulfillment. Because all drugs is right now in this world is an escape. So relationship wise, man, I feel like to have the best relationship with your significant other, you need to have a successful relationship with your creator, who is God. And so I don't want to get away from that. You need God in your relationship. I don't care. That's why I stand there.
Understood. Makes sense. But that won't always be the case.
That's like saying, all right, I heard Ruslan say this, and I'm finna get out the way, bro.
What you out the way for?
Huh? No. I feel like I'm talking a lot.
No.
But no, because I heard Ruslan, he was talking about his son wanted a skateboard, right? And he was just trying to manipulate, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to manipulate him to give him a skateboard. Like, oh, I do this or I do that. And then my dad would get me the skateboard. When ultimately, like, God gonna give you the skateboard if he wants you to get it. You know what I'm saying? And like, you ain't gotta manipulate that. It's a process. Yes, things that work, but ultimately, if my son want a skateboard and I want to get him a skateboard, I'm gonna get him a skateboard. But if you try to remove that father figure, if you try to remove that and try and manipulate your way, like just to get the things, like bro, I'm telling you, bro, like I think that's what is happening now in the world is people don't want God in their relationship, but they want to use application to make this happen.
Prophesy. I think that's a great point. I repent about my point after you got finished.
No.
That's beautiful.
It's just,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You need God in it.
Yeah, in every aspect of your life, and He want to be a part of every aspect of your life, cause He's that loving, bro. Like to know love is to know Him.
And what do you do when people say, "Why He letting good people die? Why He letting all this bad stuff happen to good people, innocent people?"
Bro,
what do you say to that?
There is a evil that's at work in this world that wants you to almost get things right, to where people will say, well, why did God allow this? Or why did God, I'm telling you, like, the choices that you make, like, that's what free will is. The choices that you make and that people make have an effect, all right? So it's cause and effect. And, like, God's plan for us is to prosper us, for us to be in good health. Like, those are His plans for us. Like, and because sin has entered into this earth, people sometimes want to say, well, God is allowing this. No, Satan is having his way because we have allowed that.
We have allowed it.
Yeah. Free will.
You said God in control, though.
He is in control, bro. He in control of every single thing, bro. But the thing is, we don't choose Him. Like, free will was the gift to, you can choose me or you don't. But it's consequences. There are consequences, but that's not what I have for you.
Okay.
I feel like we're getting off subject. But
no, we're not. You said God is in control.
He is.
But then you said Satan did what now?
I'm saying Satan is reigning free on this earth, bro. Like,
but you said we allowing that. God ain't allowing that.
We allow it when we don't take every thought captive and bring it back into alignment with the Word of God. We allow that in our life.
I don't understand that. So, but because we're not in control of what happens in the world, or are we?
Choices, bro. Like, it's people's choices influence other choices, bro. And sin is running rapid in the world.
I gotta take this.
You gotta take what?
Y'all keep going.
Keep going.
Hello?
Oh, he leaving. Am I tripping?
No, I think you got to rephrase it.
Okay, go ahead. Help me out.
So I would say that.
Keep going. It's here.
No. Yeah, I would just say that the way that I would rephrase it is God is in control.
Mm-hmm.
Sin enters into the world. Now God's plan is His preference. So when sin enters into the world, which God's plan has always been His preference, that's why Adam and Eve had a choice. But it definitely is His preference now, because what we look at and what we see is that, well, I guess it's always been His preference, but you have an option to choose God. But what I would say is that with sin running rampant and the Satan doing what he's doing, I wouldn't say that, I don't know if I could say that we're in control, more than I can say that God is in control and He allows us to choose, and those decisions lead. So you're saying essentially the same thing. I would just rephrase. I would just order it up a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the reason why is because of sin. The reason why I can go into a bedroom and my grandmother, who is a good person, is dead is because at the end of the day, death was never supposed to be there.
Correct.
But sin enabled death.
Yeah.
Sin enabled death in general. And so now I go in there, and my grandmother's there, who I love, who was a good person, who taught me these things, because sin has entered into the world. So the main thing at the end of the day is sin. On top of that, it is the choices we make. God, why do you allow good people to die? Well, you've been eating pork all your life.
Yeah. That's good.
God, why do you allow, my brother who got shot and he was just a good kid, and you allowed him to die? Well, I don't necessarily have the perfect or right answer, but let's say, and this is gonna sound really, really bad, but let's say, I'm not even gonna say that, but
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it's sin. So I believe that's the reason why.
That's good though. That's good. That's good. I can see that.
Because I think that what will happen is that when we kind of think about left middle of the set.
Come on back.
Went for a job, good.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm talking about.
Gotta get that money
Make that money.
for an interview. But what you was saying, the Bible ain't real or something?
Nah, Ryan actually helped me rephrase that. And so I took points. So
Oh, okay.
that's good.
So they heard it.
Yeah, they heard.
Okay.
They heard it.
Yeah, you missed.
Can I hear?
Go ahead, Ryan.
I ain't say nothing. I just said at the end of the day,
How you gonna say that? I ain't say nothing. I just said.
I just said at the end of the day, it's sin, and there is no perfect answer, right? And so the reason why you can walk in and your grandmother be dead, and your grandmother was a good woman, and your grandmother, served the Lord and all these things, at the end of the day, it's sin. What sin did was introduce death.
Mm-hmm.
And so when sin introduced death, now we have to deal with death. Now, there are certain explanations and certain things that happen that honestly, in my own human wisdom, I can't explain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why God doesn't stop the bullet of your little brother who got shot, and he is innocent, and I can't explain
Right.
that. But what I can say is the reason why that happened is the result of sin.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't explain exactly why God
That's
allowed it.
blanket enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that statement is blanket enough. Cause when you try to dive into those conversations, it's gonna spin off into more questions
I see.
to try to bring clarity as to why it happened. Cause I mean, I can even go like with what based on what you said initially, like, bro, like, it's my fault my son died. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about people's free will and their choices dictate kind of why bad things happen. It's not so much God allowing it. Like, nah, the people in this world got to make better decisions.
Well, one part that I was agreeing with him on is that I think there are certain decisions I think that are obvious that we make that lead to death.
Are they?
You've been eating pork all your life, and now you're in the hospital because you got cancer.
Really?
Yeah. You wouldn't believe that.
Well, I never seen pork cause cancer.
No. Well, let's just say anything, whatever it is. You eat too much sugar,
Yeah.
and now you got diabetes, and now you finna die.
Mhm.
Like, the result of your choices and what you ate led to you being in this position. You having a podcast is your free will, and what you want it to do, and how you want to lead, and what entrepreneurship that you want to have in your life, compared to somebody who said, I really don't want to do nothing. I just kind of want to hang out at mama house and not really apply myself. And so I do think that your choices definitely result in something, will result in something. I just think we got to be careful in the way that we phrase that.
So can we say your choices have results? Like, will cause a result, rather than say your choices. Well, I guess you said your choices can lead to death, so that's not a definitive. That makes sense.
Yeah, not definitive. I just think that there's certain choices that you can make that just lead to. It can lead to chaos, I should say.
All right. So, for you wives out there, stop choosing not to give your husband sex, because it could probably lead to your death.
What you doing,
Uncle
bro?
Philo said
Oh, my
that.
Why did you say that? And
What
put that out at this What said?
Hey man,
I lead to your
just,
Stay in the camera.
Niggas out here killing for that
hey
coochie,
man,
Oh, Lord. That's
Hey, man.
crazy.
we in court one day. I had nothing. I just came from Alabama, man.
Yeah.
What
I was there when he said, nah, man.
what y'all boys got coming up, man? Talk about it.
What you got coming up?
Right? Sorry.
Just Cordell. I'm
Why y'all in Atlanta? Cause you try to make it seem like you came just for me.
talk to him,
I
Cordell.
did.
You didn't, bro.
This is my brother.
Talk to him,
Which
Cordell.
camera I'm on this one? This is my brother from another mother. I love that dude, and so I came down here because I wanted to see him, and I missed him.
Straight like that.
But nah, yeah, we here.
I'm gonna put a BS meter on the screen throughout that whole little segment.
Nah, go ahead, Ryan. Tell them what's up.
No, man. So I got a nonprofit called Built for the Wild Association, and so we do a lot of events for
Is it built for the water?
Built for the Wild.
Oh, for the wild. Sorry. Built for the water.
Is water wet?
It's a boat. It's a boating company.
Is water wet?
Can be.
All right, we'll have that discussion after. But it's called Built for the Wild, and we do a lot of events for underserved students, faith-based events, preaching the gospel. So basically, what we're doing is producing an album, and so we are trying to find a location here in Atlanta to find for a music video. So we out here in Atlanta, and we hanging out with Uncle Philo as well. So
Out in the A with it.
we in the A. So,
Are y'all gonna eat while y'all up here? Or y'all probably grab something to go.
man, probably grab something to go with y'all traffic.
Where?
We're going back to
Oh, back. Oh, okay. Is that for one of y'all events,
No.
or is this a weekly thing?
Yeah, this every week.
Oh,
Hey
okay.
man, you ever been to Slutty Vegan?
I've had something from there. I haven't actually
Is it
been
good?
there. Yeah, it's good. It's great. Shout out to Slutty Vegan, Atlanta's own.
I love this sound.
Try it.
Really good, man.
Yeah, I had the burger from there.
I really want to go.
Well, we
Yeah.
go while we here.
I bet.
What time is it?
Bruh, no, it's gonna take forever.
Oh, we
That-
No, it ain't gonna take long. You got a great service. I'm finna mess my stuff up. Slutty Vegan, y'all.
Yeah.
Follow them on Instagram. They're not.
I'm gonna
We'll
go
drive
visit.
by there.
They're not one of our sponsors yet, but
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they ain't overpriced. I mean, they good.
What you doing?
What?
You doing that on your own. Don't just, yeah. All right.
Philo, what's going on with you, man?
Yeah, bro. Where you at with it?
I'm here doing this.
You just dropped back-to-back albums. I'm saying, tell us
Come
about
on, talk about it.
No,
What's life like being
Those,
famous?
those were literally like how it even started with therapy letters. Like that was just therapy for me, man. And I'm in a good place now to where this is my baby. You know what I'm saying? And
That's dope.
kind of what took place, you know, with my son and everything in the aftermath. Like this is what came out of it. So I've really been focused on this, you know, to be honest. Like just making sure in the midst of me kind of still healing, excuse me, I can bring in other people and, you know, just dialogue and
Yeah.
keep it pushing. Hopefully say something or trigger something that'll get the conversation going to kind of deal with all our stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm doing you keep seeing Uncle Philo. So I'm guessing you've seen the brush your teeth video, but
Do what?
the brush your teeth video? Oh, you ain't showing it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't showed it to him yet.
Oh, for real?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he just keeps saying Uncle Philo.
Cause that's
Oh, that was they called. Okay. Yeah. So
I'm a prophet. I'm just
I got a kids YouTube channel where I'm getting ready to start dropping like hella cartoons and songs for kids.
Yo, what?
Dedicated to my son. Yeah. So I got a few songs recorded already. That I'm finna push.
Man, this big
You know,
time stuff, man.
Yeah, bro. So I'm
That's
like,
incredible.
if I'm gonna keep my son legacy going, like this how I'm gonna rock out. So I actually took a break from like doing my own like personal stuff. Like
That's
so
dope, man.
I'm just focused on that.
What would you say is the hardest thing for you as you've been trying to create a platform for authentic conversations and just being an entrepreneur yourself, doing all these new things? What's been one of the hardest things that you've had to overcome doing this?
Initially it was time because I was teaching full time.
Okay.
And so much like last year, I started in the summer. So it ran through till maybe October, November, but I had a lot of help. So I was able to do stuff while I was in school. Wednesdays and Sundays were like the days we would shoot, come in, same little format, take the photos, interview, do a little drop or whatever. And then kind of moving up here, working full time by myself though. My guy Shife normally here getting the cameras and stuff situated. But yeah, that's probably been the biggest thing, is just like planning to like set aside the time to actually like do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't getting paid for this. You know what I'm saying? This take up some time and energy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, I beyond that, I don't know, because I enjoy meeting new people, talking to people. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. What keeps you going there, knowing that you?
I love people, bro. And I'm so invested now in making sure that people deal with trauma and deal with mental health and life itself. Like, I'm so invested in that now, to where it's almost like second nature for me to ask in conversation like those tough questions whenever I'm like dealing with a person. Like, the first time we meet, I'm learning, I'm listening. Like, I'm listening with intent to be able to like see, we got some stuff in common.
Yeah.
Man, why don't you come to the show, man? Y'all do it?
Way too much, bro.
You said I do what? Play?
You play too much.
What I gotta do with it?
No, I'm just saying. It's like one of them type of plans that like almost embarrass you. Like,
I was being so serious just now.
okay, go ahead.
Messed it up, man. Didn't
You messed it up.
That's
bro.
how you do it. That's how you do it.
He was in
Look, bro,
pocket.
I tell everybody this, bro. We was at Roofs, right? We was at Roofs, and we in line. You ever seen the line that be at Roofs? Like, you be right around the building, right? And we talking, and then we in line, and he say this super loud, bro. He say, see, that's the problem now. Husbands don't want to beat their wives.
Oh my
Everybody it was on a Sunday, bro. Everybody in there like
All them church folks in there.
all them
All
church
them
folks
church
in there.
folk.
And I'm like trying to laugh it off, but this lady in front of us was so mad.
She turned around and looked at her husband. I wish you would.
Bruh. And it's like if you don't like Philo like the most,
Which I don't know, he dapped me up after that.
That is hilarious.
but I'm saying like he the most loving, caring about other people person I ever met in my life. But he played too much. Like,
Yeah.
But it's amazing, dude. And
I just
I'm
don't-
proud of you. I kind of see.
I appreciate that, bro. I
proud of
don't show that side because I like to. I don't have an explanation. I just do. But yeah, no, I legit be concerned about people, bro. And I'm gonna keep doing that. Like, I think God has allowed me to withstand some things that others probably would not be able to face, and still keep it going, keep it moving, keep it pushing, smile, laugh, encourage, uplift, like any of those things. You know what I'm saying? So
Do you think that's the result of what you've been through, or do you think that was a natural gift, or did it just intensify as you went through things?
I think that's I think that was the pruning from those situations. From I think that's what that's what came from it, because I used to be super like nonchalant and not really bothered by stuff, and I can still be that way in a lot of ways. But I will say this: teaching. I've been teaching 9 years.
Yeah.
So being around those personalities, seeing what those kids deal with, definitely was kind of the spark that kind of was lit a while ago to kind of already be in the mindset like my perspective is just my perspective. There's so many other ways to look at life, and how we navigating throughout relationships and work relationships and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I've grown to be very open to hear perspective and dive into, just kind of figure out like, okay,
Yeah.
I want to know why you think like that. Cause I don't want to just be that person that hears something, but man, that's weird. I ain't never heard that. That's crazy. I'm trying to get out of saying that, cause I don't know what that does to a person, emotionally, especially for a child or a kid that's thinking a certain way. To hear an adult say, "Man, that's crazy," and then, man, don't believe that.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, like this all I know though. Like I don't have another choice than to think this way, and you become insensitive, and rather than you be a light in that child or that person's life, like now you, like, bro, I don't even want to be around you. You supposed to be the Christian, you know what I'm saying? Like showing God's love, but now it's almost demeaning. You know what I'm saying? It's condescending the way you coming off, and I don't want to be that person, bro. And that's why I told him the other day, even when it comes to me giving my suggestions on different scenarios and different things, like I'm quick to just, listen first.
Yeah.
Like when you ask me, oh man, what you think? Now you asking.
Now you
like,
asking my opinion.
like now it's on. You know what I'm saying?
And I think we didn't get to that on our phone conversation, because I know you was just saying like how you was like, yeah, I don't do that no more. I was like, huh? I think Chad or something came in, but
Yeah.
I was gonna get to the point like, so you ain't, you know what I'm saying, like being honest with people no more. Like,
No, it ain't that. It's just I'm learning to walk with people through things. Like even, bro, when I think about how we met and how I approached your situation, if I could go back, I would have did that totally different, bro. Like totally different. Like simply because I could see why it would feel to you like I've reached some certain peak.
Yep.
And here I am turning around like, let me help you up to where I am. Like, no, nigga, I'm still growing too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now that I look back, it's just like, damn, like, okay, let me learn from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me move forward. No, I appreciate you saying that. No, I appreciate you saying that. But just if I can take away something from it, rather than it be, oh, I helped him. Like, no, like in that situation, based on how you responded to certain things I said, no, nigga, you helped me. Like, and because I'm always in teacher mode, I'm trying not to be like that with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always trying to teach. I'm always trying to coach and, figure something out to better that person. Like, no, like now I want to know so I can know more to be able to help somebody else. Like you feel that way, you can't be the only person that feel like that. So let me listen and see like, okay, that's why he think like that. Have I thought like that? I have thought like that before. And then I'll take that, run into somebody else, and it's like, oh, I've heard that before. That makes sense. And based on what you done said, I'm telling them like, yeah, I know somebody that blase blah. That's encouraging as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because now they don't feel isolated. They don't feel like I'm the only one that's feeling like that. I don't feel stupid no more because I'm giving you a true testimony as to like that relates exactly to what you're kind of dealing with and going. And for me, when I talk about practicality and application, those are the kind of things that I mean that I feel like you can't pray and wait on the Lord for. I think those are the conversations. That's where my focus is.
Okay.
Having those kind of conversations to where it kind of feels like counseling, but it's really having quality conversations, a quality dialogue in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not so much of just being on this spiritual high horse. Not saying y'all like that or nothing like that, but I know certain people that you have a conversation with them and that's all it is. Like there's no asking about, how did you get to that place? And I like how you do that. Like how did you get to that place? A lot of people don't do that, or they not telling this person like, yo, I've struggled with that as well, and this is how I took the steps to
get out of it.
Yeah, and hey, I'm still dealing with it. I'm still growing in this area, bro. Please don't feel discouraged, but understand like, yo, you're not by yourself in feeling this way, and just as much as God sees you and loves you in the midst of what you're dealing with. Hey, I can relate. I know someone that has dealt with this.
Facts.
Please don't feel like you by yourself.
And that makes me want to get better.
Facts.
I think, and what you're explaining, I think is dope. Not to even really bring it back to super spiritual, but that's a fruit of the spirit. That's just being patient, which I think sometimes Christians aren't. Like we want. I love what a pastor said. Like the Lord is looking for soul transformation, not like character appreciation. So like he's not looking for you to like change right now. He's looking for your soul to continuously be transformed into this person. And so I love that, because I feel like sometimes in the space that we're in, sometimes we're not patient with people.
Right.
To be like, hey man, like it's gonna take time. And I know, like I do that even being in student ministry. I'm like, this kid is not.
I was gonna say,
I mean, at the end of the day, Cordell, my boy, they probably not going back to listen to Cordell. Probably going back to listen to NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah.
I just preached the gospel. I just did all this. I gotta walk you through this process of what this actually looks like, and that's not going to turn around tomorrow. And so being okay with listening to people, seeing the way that people think. I mean, I love that. So that's just super dope.
And in that, celebrating the progress, like celebrating any success. Not, hey man, we already talked about you pulling your pants up, you sagging again. Like, man, leave the man alone, bro. Like he here. You know what I'm saying? Like he showed up. Like whether his mama made him come or not. Like make him feel welcome, bro. Like something. Like I didn't.
How do we? I don't mean to prolong the conversation, but this is really interesting to me. How do we was kind of talking about this in the car. How do we love someone, make someone feel welcome, while also walking them in growth? So the kid who sags his pants every day, you're basically telling them every day, pull up his pants. How are you approaching that kid to let them know, like, hey, I love you, I accept you, but we still got to make this progress. I want, your pants above your waist at least 2-3 times a week. Now, we've been talking about this for a while. How do we walk a kid or really anybody through that process where it's like, yo, I love you, I accept you, ain't no judgment here, but also let's get better along the way.
You got to get them to trust you. Yeah, you gotta. Well, that's where I would start. You got to get them to trust you, and again, patience, kind of like what you said. And you have to be patient with them, and the timing of it. Like you shouldn't put a end date on. By this time, this boy should know better, or by this age, this boy should know better. Like no, just it's a slow grind, because you're asking someone to detox from not only their thoughts, but we got to think of their environment. They're not going home with us. So it's certain things that they're gonna see on a consistent basis.
Right. Yeah.
On a consistent basis.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? That you don't necessarily have to fight with as much. So I wouldn't even make that a top tier like priority, per se. Like we'll gradually get to that point when I go to explaining, more of this is how you handle business, be professional as a man, woo, or I would be creative in some kind of way. Like, hey man, come help me, get this wheelbarrow and load up these bricks. And you try to do that with no belt on. Like, I want to see how many times you got to pull your pants up, bro. Like, this is not going to be good for you. Yeah. So that's all with building relationships, though.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you got to take the time to do that, bro.
I love it.
That's good.
Super important, man.
Yeah.
Y'all had to come back so we can shoot another episode, bro.
Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah,
part 2.
Thank you for having me.
No, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all pulling up.
You know what I'm saying? My dog.
The outlet, man.
Yeah.
It's Uncle Philo from now on, man.
Uncle Philo.
Whenever y'all see this, I don't know what camera I'm looking into, but it's
That
Uncle
right there.
Philo.
Look at that right
Uncle
there.
Philo.
Uncle. Go
Hey,
ahead.
man. The outlet. Your boy Philo.
Give me benediction.
Boy Ryan. Cordell.
Yeah.
We out.